Hey guys, it's Trina and I am doing the Fall Time Cozy Time book tag, which was originally created by Sam at Novels and Nonsense, and I was tagged to do this by Morgan at Little Word Weaver. I was always planning to do a fall tag of some sort because I love fall. It's my favorite season. It's a very sentimental time of year for me, and now we are halfway through fall and it has completely slipped my mind. So thank you so much, Morgan, for tagging me. So in the spirit of fall, question number 1 is Crunching Leaves. Show a book that has red, orange, yellow, fall kind of colors on the cover. And for this one, I'm going to go with the book Pandemonium by Lauren Oliver, which is book number 2 in the Delirium trilogy. The color scheme of the cover is very fall fitting, but I also distinctly remember a scene in this book that is the scene that made me fall in love with Lauren Oliver's writing style, and it is a scene about leaves. I believe this book takes place during the transition between fall and winter. It is getting cold outside, and the main character, Lena, is a runner, and I think on one of her runs she is just kind of describing the scenery, and there are the crunching leaves and the leaves falling from the trees, so I feel like this book is like perfectly fitting for fall time. Question number 2 is Cozy Sweater. It's finally cool enough to wear cozy, comfy sweaters, so name a book that gives you the warm and fuzzies. The most recent case of warm and fuzzies I had actually came from Queen of Shadows by Sarah J. Maas. If you've read Heir of Fire, you probably know that getting into this book was just like coming home. It felt like I'm back in this world that I love. I'm back with these characters, and I definitely felt like reading this was like slipping back in to a world that I call home, or something cheesy like that, but it definitely gave me the warm and fuzzies. Question number 3 is Fall Storm. The wind is howling and the rain is pounding down. Choose your favorite book or favorite genre that you like to read on a stormy day. Rainy days don't make me any more inclined to read than any other day, so there's nothing that I specifically like go to. I'm like, oh, it's raining, I gotta read this certain book. If anything, I just read whatever I am currently reading. So I'm just going to show you what I am currently reading, and that is A Madness So Discreet by Mindy McGinnis. And this actually would be very fitting for cuddling up with on a stormy day, especially a fall day, because I don't know, just the setting and the themes in this book, it's kind of like giving me Sherlock vibes. I'm not like the biggest Sherlock fan, like I like it, but I haven't like gotten into that entire fandom or anything, but it's very much like a, how can we deduce what happened in this murder scene? Like that stuff is happening, and I really feel like it's giving me some kind of Sherlock and Watson vibes. The next question is Cool Crisp Air. Name a cool character that you would like to switch places with. A lot of characters that I read about, I would not want to switch places with them because I would just totally be over my head in the stories that they're in, and I definitely would be over my head with this one too, but I went with, and that's not the right book, I went with Ginny Weasley from the Harry Potter series, and the reasoning behind this is I could be friends with Harry, Ron, and Hermione, and Ginny has a wonderful big family, and family is something that's really important to me. I don't have the biggest family, and I love the Weasley family. I would love to be part of the Weasley family. I don't know that I would actually fit in with Harry, Ron, and Hermione, but they are very beloved characters in a very beloved world, and I would love to have that big family and be best friends with Hermione, right? The next question is Hot Apple Cider. What underhyped book do you want to see become the next big thing? I chose Not a Drop to Drink by Mindy McGinnis. You guys know how much I love this book. It definitely is not as hyped as a lot of books are these days, and it does actually have a movie deal. It's going to be produced by Fickle Fish Films, which is Stephenie Meyer's production company who did the Host movie. I did not enjoy the Host movie as an adaptation from its original source material, but that kind of quiet slowness could work in this book. I hope that the movie is really well done because it's just a wonderful, gritty survival story. Other survival films have done really well, like The Martian very recently, so I really think that there is potential for this to be a hit when the movie ever does get made, and so I really hope for the best because I just adore this book. The next question is Coats, Scarves, and Mittens. The weather has turned cold, and what book do you want to cover up because you're embarrassed by the cover? I actually don't own this book, but I do have a book in mind that I remember getting it from the library and just looking at the cover and cringing and being embarrassed of walking out of the library with it, and that is When You Were Mine by Rebecca Searle. It's a really lovely story. It's a modern, contemporary retelling of Romeo and Juliet, but the cover image of these two people makes me feel like I am in their bubble of personal space, and I'm like, back up, zoom out. Why did that image have to be so zoomed in? Because I feel like I don't want to be right there in that scene. And the last question is pumpkin spice. What are your favorite fall treats? And I definitely love all the pumpkin spice stuff. My favorite thing to make are pumpkin snickerdoodles, and I also really like sweet potatoes, like just a sweet potato, like not the sweet potato with like butter and sugar and stuff like that in it, just a sweet potato. I really like them, and I feel like they're very like a fall food. And then lastly is who do I tag? I'm going to tag a few new people, so I know that you guys haven't done this yet, but you may have already been tagged. You may not like tags, you may not care about fall, and if you don't, that's totally okay. You don't have to do this. But I would like to tag Sarah without an H, Karen from A Simple Cup of Tea, Lauren at Books and Tea and All Things Me, and Raul at Latin Lector. So if you guys like this tag, please do it. I would love to see your answers. Thank you so much for watching, and let me know what your favorite fall treat or fall themed book is down in the comments. I will see you in the comments. Bye!